Jen. Thanks for clicking on the video. I'm so excited because we're going winter camping again, finally. It's February and we've had piles and piles of snow and it's going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous 2 days. We're only out here for one night, but it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to play in the hot tent, play in the woods, and it's going to be great. We have a lot of gear here, but we want to be comfortable and we want to be warm. I think it's currently -8 Celsius. Tonight it's going down to -22. And I think we're going to be fine. I think we're ready. We learned so much on our first trip and we've learned from those lessons and we've changed things up. The first one is, you can see the gear is actually strapped down to the toboggan, and we have 2 toboggans, which will really help as well. So without further ado, let's get going. So we're back to our campsite that we were at back in December. We're going to set up a little differently though, because the ground is frozen, there's lots of snow. We want to set the tent back in the trees a little bit more protected, and where we have more ways to anchor and tie it down. All right, time to unpack. The gear explosion. Okay, so we've got the tent up. I have to adjust the tie outs and the ropes. It does take 2 of us to put it up right now. I'm hoping to maybe do something different with the poles in the future, but that's down the road. So yeah, just gonna get some things adjusted and then I'll bring you back when I'm getting the stove set up. Okay, so what I've been doing, and I hope you can see, is I've been clearing out all the snow and leveling it out. Now, where you see daylight, I'm going to pile snow on the outside so we don't get a breeze or anything. But yeah, it's looking really good. Yeah, we gotta do the stove. This is so finicky. All right. Now this is the hard part for me because I'm short, is to get this section of pipe attached to the other section of pipe. Actually, that went better than I expected. So now that I have the stove set up, I'm just going to start bringing gear in here and kind of making a comfortable space. At some point the dog will probably want to lay down and have a nap, so I'd be happy if we have a spot for him. Yeah, but with this sun, the canvas tent is actually a wee bit warmer in here than it is out there already. It's crazy. It's a beautiful day to be camping. One cot done. So you've seen these sleep pads before. They are not ultra lightweight by any means. They are, however, an R value of 7.8, I think. So they're very warm for winter camping. And I'm gonna put all my stuff bags inside of one. And then for Christmas, we got pillows. This is their first time out. They pack up really, really small. A lot of the reviews said not to fill them up full, but they're a lot more comfortable that way. So we'll give it a whirl. So this is a great example of standing deadwood, which is ideal firewood when you're out camping. Ideal because it's already dead and dry. As you can tell, like the bark is all fallen off of it here. But because it's still standing, it's not laying in the snow and getting wet and starting to rot. So it's still like really hard and it's really, really dry. So this is quite a large piece. This will do us, this will be lots of wood. This is a lot of wood for us for the day, that's for sure. It's still pretty solid too. So I've cut this almost all the way through and it definitely wants to go. But I'm a little nervous in the deep snow that I won't be able to get out of the way of the kickback. So I'm gonna use a rope, tie it around, loop it around another tree and pull. Kind of like a pulley system, and that should pull it down and I'll be safely out of the way. And I want the tree to fall that way, which is why I looped the rope around a tree over there, even though I can pull on it safely from over here. It just landed straight up and down. Oh, the top of the tree is a little tangled. Oh, that was hilarious. Oh, that is like perfectly like, whoop, this is where I grew. Oh man. Priceless. I just have to drag it back to camp. So we're at that point in the afternoon where we'd like to get a fire going. It's only about 1 o'clock. We've been out here for a couple of hours. We've got a lot of work done. We enjoy having a campfire. It's nice to be able to warm up next to it. It's kind of like that central meeting place where you kind of hang out around. And on this trip, we're only here for one night. We just wanted to get out and relax. We're not going on big hikes or adventures. We're just puttering around camp and getting used to just the campsite parts of winter camping, because this is still kind of new to us. And that's kind of what I wanted to focus on this video as well, is really give you an idea of just kind of what the day in the life of hot tenting, winter camping. Nothing too crazy. You know, easier trip, not too far. We're not traveling crazy distances. And giving an idea of the chores and the work involved. So we've got a bunch of fine fuel here. I've got some slightly larger fuel there. I've got a larger pile of medium fuel over there. And we still have our stash from the last time we were out here of really good hardwood all stacked between a couple of trees. All right, bud. Whew, this bark is really brittle. I'm trying to just make it fluffy. Lots of little bits here for the spark to catch on. This could be interesting. That wasn't so bad. I'm usually not that good at this. So something we learned on our last trip, well, we've known it for a long time, but we won't take the time to make a hot lunch. We'll just have a big breakfast, go all day, and then at dinner time we're just starving. So this time we decided to pre-make some nice tasty wraps so that there's no cooking involved. We can just eat them, get some food into us, get some energy. I also brought lots of snacks like beef jerky and cashews and some chocolate, just stuff that we can like snack on all day and then keep the fuel in us so we have the energy to do all the stuff. And it's just way more realistic for us. I know like we should be having something hot right now, but we're not cold. We're working and puttering around the camp, and like I said, we won't take the time to make lunch. So this is ideal for us. Ah, buddy, hi, this isn't for you. You've already eaten your snacks. So we've had a lovely afternoon here at camp. It's probably around 3:30. We've collected lots of firewood and processed it, as you can see, and had a nice outdoor fire going. The dog's in the tent having a nap, relaxing, and just thought I'd share some thoughts, you know, some practical thoughts. You know, when you're winter camping, everything that you do, all your normal camp chores, you know, you need to expect they're going to take longer, and they're going to burn more energy, and you're going to be a little bit more tired doing them. And the reason for that is, I mean, you're burdened with a lot more clothing. You know, trudging through the snow is very tiresome on your legs. You know, you're wearing heavy winter boots or snowshoes sometimes. And, you know, summertime camp, you're like, oh, I'm going to go grab some wood. It'll take me 15 minutes. Wintertime camp, it's going to be more like half an hour. So, you know, we wanted to get out here really early today so we would have lots of time and we wouldn't feel rushed. Because the other consideration is if you're rushing around to get things done, you're going to get very hot and sweaty, and then you're going to get really cold. And that can be dangerous. So you want to do everything at a steady, even pace. That way you're not getting really exhausted, you're not getting all sweaty, you're not huffing and puffing, and you don't burn out. You don't want to end up, you know, 20 minutes into getting to camp and have to have a nap. And again, if you don't have your shelter set up and a fire going, you know, that could be dangerous if you get yourself that tired that quickly. You also need to drink a lot more water than you think you do. And you don't think of that when you're cold. You just like go. Because if you get dehydrated, then again, you're going to get tired and sloppy and possibly make mistakes. So while it might not seem like, you know, I said, oh, you know, we got some wood processed. It's like, whoop-de-doo, it's been hours. But that's, you know, we've been pacing ourselves, moving slowly, going on little tours, watching the birds, you know, making sure that we're not overtaxing ourselves, but also that we've got enough firewood. When it comes to firewood winter camping, you know, once you think you have enough, you should double it. you're going to burn far more wood than you think you're going to burn. So it's never a bad thing to have too much. Again, it's another good reason to start your day earlier if you can. Then you have all day to kind of collect and process that wood. And if you have leftovers, then you can just cache it for the next trip. It's no big deal, or leave it for the next people depending on where you're camping. So just some thoughts as we're kind of winding down our afternoon here and looking at settling in for the evening. So this is crazy. I just started the fire in the stove here maybe 5 minutes ago. And I thought, oh, I'll put the pot on, and it's already like, the water is like crazy warm already. Like, it's amazing to me how much heat comes out of this stove. So I'm just going to come down here. Let me grab a glove so I don't burn myself. Kind of give you an idea. So we're roaring away. We've only got a couple pieces in there. I don't have a pile of wood in. So yeah, this is fantastic. It's like, feels dramatically warmer in here, even though I know it's maybe 1 or 2 degrees warmer. Okay, so I just brought the thermometer in. Outside it's -5 Celsius. I'm going to leave it in here on one of the cots for a few minutes, come back and then check, see how warm it is, because it feels super warm in here right now. Hey everybody, so we're at about 5:45 in the evening and it's time to start getting dinner ready. And we're going super simple tonight. We're just heating up some leftover chili on the fire. And this is advice other people gave me for winter camping. They said, you know, it's lots of fun to cook out at camp, but really you want to get a hearty meal into you, just make something at home and bring it out. I mean, we've got lots of material to keep our food refrigerated, so it's not going to go bad on us. And I brought out a whole pile, but again, if we don't eat it all, I have the Tupperware to take the leftovers home. So easy peasy. I've got my little grate there, and I've pulled some coals over, and I'll keep pulling coals over as I need them. Just hoping this hasn't completely frozen on me. Actually, I might need to do this like this. It doesn't want to come out. Oh no! Oh, there it goes. Okay. We're having square brick of chili. It's yummy. All right. There. A little froze, but not too bad. Oh yeah, it'll be fine. This will take a little while, but we're just hanging out by the fire. We have nowhere to be. Okay, as promised, I said I would check in on the temperature in here. So at ground level, the thermostat now is reading about 8 degrees, plus 8 Celsius. So it's gone up about 13 degrees in like 20 minutes, half an hour maybe. Yep, Shocks is loving it. He's all snuggled in. He's had his dinner. He's ready to relax now. Yeah, we've got some firewood over there. Oh, camera's gonna start fogging up here. So this chili is heating up really fast, and I have garlic bread to do on the grill too. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move the grill slightly and make a little spot down here that I can set the chili pot right down, so it'll continue to warm up, but I can start grilling up the garlic bread too. So this is so much garlic bread. Chili is cruising. Garlic bread is coming along slowly, which is perfect. See the one loaf, the butter's all melted. I think I'm going to have to give them a spin, shake things up a bit.
I think the one side of the carpet is burning.
Okay. Oh yeah, might be a little crispy on the bottom. The garlic bread is done. The chili is warm but not hot, so I'm going to cut the garlic bread and just sit it in a bowl, and then I want to get the chili back up on, ooh, it's hot, up on the grill. I might be able to just break this, to be honest. Oh no! Garlic bread down. All right, we saved it. We saved it. All right. There we go. A little more gentle on the cutting there. Okay. Garlic. Oh no! Garlic bread is not cooperating. Okay. So that's done. We're gonna get this going again. Now I'm sure some of you are wondering, well, why aren't you just heating that up on the wood stove in the hot tent? And we could, but so much of your time spent winter camping is dark and you're stuck in the tent, and we really like to be outside, so it means a bit more processing of wood and keeping 2 fires going, but I'd rather just have the hot tent cruising, dogs in there relaxing, and we have fun cooking over the fire and hanging out by the fire. If it was really cold, we would definitely be cooking inside, but it's not too bad tonight. Okay, sorry I didn't film me taking the chili off the fire, but it kind of came to a boil really fast and I didn't want it to scorch because then the whole dinner would not taste good. So we're all set here. We're going to dish it out and enjoy it. It's going to be amazing. Ta-da! Very fancy. Just a little bit of ash there. That's just extra. It's time to do some dishes. Can you pass me the water bottle there? I know a lot of people will just like bring paper towel and they'll just wipe their dishes out and then burn the paper towel, or some people just like take their pot and scrub it in the snow. I still get a little nervous about animals for that, and I also like the dishes to be pretty clean. So we're gonna get some snow melting in my pot, and I have a dishcloth and a little bit of soap, and all our dishes will get a really good washing tonight. Now all my clean dishes are gonna go into my equipment pack and away for the night, and the dirty dishwater will go into the fire pit out here, and the dish rag I'll hang in a tree, and it'll freeze rather quickly, so it won't be making food smells or anything like that. Not a lot of animals around this time of year, but we don't need to attract the little annoying ones. Perfect. all set. So it's getting later on in the evening. I think it's like 7:30, quarter to 8. We got the dishes all done and put away and tidied, and the dishwater I just kind of pour on the edge of the fire pit here. We're going to let it burn down a little bit and then probably head into the hot tent. Periodically I go in and I check on the dog, and I check the thermometer in there, and it's staying at a consistent plus 10 degrees Celsius, which compared to out here, that feels amazing. And as for, what do we do all night sitting in a hot tent? We like to listen to podcasts, we bring books and we read. We genuinely like to talk to each other, so we catch up on things. And we just kind of relax and keep the fire going. We usually go to bed fairly early because being outside in the cold all day, like, it really takes it out of you and you get pretty tired and you're ready for bed. Otherwise, yeah, we're just going to be enjoying our evening together. It's been great so far, that's for sure. I wish I knew how to film this, but I don't. I'll try to learn. But we have an almost full moon tonight. It's just beautiful. It's lighting up the forest, and it's clear night, so there's piles and piles and piles of stars, and it's very still. It's just beautiful out. So it's about 10 o'clock, and we've had a really nice evening in the hot tent, but it's time to go to bed and get settled in. You can see Shocks is already all settled into my bunk, but we'll get him set up here in a moment. Otherwise, I'll check in with you in the morning. Good morning from the hot tent. As you can hear, Shocks is enjoying his breakfast. It was a pretty cold night last night. We didn't die, but it did get... I think the lowest I saw in the tent, it got to about -5 at one point, but mostly it hovered around 0 Celsius or +5 with me stoking the fire. It's warm in here now. And yeah, I think on the agenda I've got a little coffee going. Over here is just cooling down, and we're going to get tidied up, and I've got a little bit of stuff packed up, but we're going to keep going with that. And then yeah, we got to get out of here. We got places to be, but it was a really good adventure. It was a fun night. It was so cold out last night. The trees were popping and cracking and making these loud banging noises. It was pretty crazy, but very still. No wind, thank goodness. But yeah, it was a good time. We had a lot of fun, and yeah, we're gonna get some food into us and get cleaned up and get on out of here. All packed up. Hubby's just taken a load in the sled to the truck. Basically it's just the stove and the tent and the dog's cot that he's laying on. We had a fantastic trip. We learned so much on our first trip. This was our first hot tenting experience with a lot of snow, and we learned even more, and I think next time we'll be even more prepared. And we had a really good time. It was just one night, very quick, and we are in a hurry. We got to get out. We got things to do today. It's Family Day weekend here in Ontario, and we have family and friends to hang out with. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, please post them down below and I will get back to you. And yeah, I can't wait to see you on the next adventure.